Hey, what's up? It's Nathan from Gotcha SEO Academy, and in this lesson, I'm going to show you why you should create content for SEO. So before I jump into this, I just want to clarify, when I say content, I'm referring to the written word. There are all types of different content. There are images, there are videos, there are podcasts. Those are all great pieces of content, but the type of content that performs well in Google usually has many words on a page. So that leads me to the next point, which is why you should be creating long form content. So the main reason why you want to create long form content is because Google does favor pages that have more words on them. Now, this doesn't mean that you should just flood a page with a bunch of useless content just so you can increase your word count. What it means is you want to create pages that have long, deep, unique, and complex content that helps the people who are visiting that page. And most importantly, helps the searchers who are going to be visiting that page. And honestly, all you have to do is just really visit any keyword that you want to go after and just analyze the results. And more often than not, you're going to see that the pages that are ranking in Google have a lot of content on those pages. And if you happen to find a page that's ranking well in Google for one of your target keywords, but they don't have a lot of content, it's usually because they're an authority website. And as I've mentioned before, authority websites can get away with a lot more, and they can do a lot less to rank because their websites are so authoritative and powerful. And so the sweet spot for content length is around 1,800 to 2,000 words. But if you can go above that, then you are going to be increasing the likelihood that you're going to be able to beat out the competitors on the first page. And I'll be explaining later, but one of the best strategies is to get an average word count of your top 10 competitors and then create a piece of content that is far greater and far larger than everything that is currently ranking on the first page. The second reason why long form content wins has nothing to do with SEO, but instead it has to do with the psychology of length implies strength. So when people see a longer piece of content or they see a very long sales page, they assume that it's of higher quality. And that's not because that's true. It's just the nature of seeing something of that length. It just implies that there is greater quality, and it's all happening on the subconscious level. So when you have longer pieces of content, there's a very good chance that people are going to be more willing to share it, more willing to link to it, and even more willing to comment. Okay, so you get it. Long form content is what you have to create if you want to rank for your keywords. But the next thing I want to explain is that creating quality content assets is one of the most scalable link acquisition strategies there is. And to understand this principle, all you have to do is just look at the alternative. So would you personally rather link out from your blog to another blog post that's super relevant, super helpful, or would you rather just link out to some person's homepage or some person's category page? Well, the answer is very obvious. You would much rather link out to a helpful piece of content, because if you're going to send someone off your site, you want to send them to something that's great or super helpful. So the point is that other bloggers, which are the people that are going to be linking to you, are going to be way more willing to link out to a super helpful and unique piece of content than they are just any other page on your website. And one other super important point that I want to mention is that once your content asset is ranking in Google, what will happen is, since you put so much time into creating such a valuable piece of content, you're going to start acquiring more links. And then what will happen is what I like to call the link snowball effect. And so what happens with the link snowball effect is when you get a bunch of links going to your new piece of content, which helps you get to the first page. And then once you're on the first page, people just start naturally linking to your content. And as that starts to happen, you're going to get higher and higher up on that first page. And then your position will be solidified because you have officially felt the full effect of the link snowball. And the best part is that you won't have to do any more outreach. You won't have to do anything else. All you have to do is just continually improve your content so that you keep those positions, but you don't have to worry about acquiring new links because that's all going to happen naturally. Okay, you get it. So creating long form, high quality content is one of the most important things to do for your SEO campaign. But one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that spending all this time creating valuable content for your prospective customers actually is far bigger than just the SEO results. Creating valuable content actually builds goodwill in the marketplace. And when you build goodwill, people are going to be more willing to buy things from you. People are going to trust you more. And you're just going to continue to be able to grow your business because you are putting goodwill into the marketplace and you're adding value to the marketplace. The second reason you should be creating valuable content outside of SEO is that it actually increases your authority in your market. And as your authority grows in your market, you start to get the Oprah effect, which basically means that people will buy your stuff just because of the person that you are and because of your authority. For example, who would you rather buy a business course from, Mark Cuban or Joe Schmo down the street? The answer is pretty obvious. It's going to be Mark Cuban because he's built up the authority in the business market. So the main point is that every single piece of content you create should be increasing your brand's authority in your particular market. And if you want to learn more about this concept of authority, I highly recommend that you read Influence. So the third reason why content is bigger than SEO is that when you create valuable content, it can actually act as a sales vehicle for your business. I won't get too deep into this, but when you create valuable content that actually brings someone from point A to point Z and changes their life or adds value to their life in some way, what you're doing is you're building rapport and you're building trust. And when people have trust for your brand, what tends to happen is they'll buy more stuff from you. I know it's a pretty crazy concept, but really all you have to do is just give value and actually help people. And what ends up happening is people will want to buy stuff from your brand. To get a better understanding of this concept, I highly recommend that you look at the Results in Advance model by Frank Kern. The fourth reason why you should be creating valuable content is because you're actually creating assets for your business. So a lot of people get down on themselves when a piece of content doesn't take off as soon as they publish it. But in reality, the beauty of SEO is that when you publish your content, it's not necessarily going to just drive a ton of traffic, but over the long run, it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow and compound. And over time, you're going to start getting more and more traffic to that content. And the best part is that you may publish a piece of content tomorrow and it may not get traffic for months, but then it will hit its inflection point and you'll start getting a ton of traffic. And then years from now, people will still be reading that content that you published. And the fifth and final reason why you need to be creating valuable content is because it will help you grow the size of your email list. And there is no greater asset in your business than your email list, because it is truly the only thing you can control in your entire marketing strategy. And so those are all the reasons why you should be creating content. So I hope you're pumped up and you're ready to start creating content assets for your business, because now I'm going to show you the content strategy that's going to help you drive tons of organic search traffic to your website. So that's all for this lesson. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.